Wow, we made it to the end of class. Taking this class was something that was very vital to me as I want to get into leadership later on in my career. So, conflict and communication, two things that go hand in hand. And without proper communication skills, it's really hard to work through conflict. That's one of the things that was really important to me for taking this class. So, going through a little bit of reflection, I didn't find any of the lessons in this class really hard to grasp. I did find at times that I had a hard time putting onto thoughts of what I was going to write about and actually being able to put it on paper, but actually understanding what was being taught. I didn't really have a hard time grasping anything. Now, the most practical and easily applied lesson to me was the chapter on separate what matters most from what gets in the way. I just thought that that was a very strong and interesting week because I think that that's something that most people do struggle with, and I do at times as well, of going into something, we want to be right, but is that really what matters the most? And that's what stuck out to me during that week is separating emotions from negotiation, separating power from position, separating personal interest from what the end goal should be. So that one really stuck out to me. Now, a couple of things that I found really interesting and really want to apply to my own life that I don't know that I do extremely well. The first one will be iMessages. I think that human nature's first way of handling conflict is to tell the other person what they did wrong. And as soon as you do that, it puts the other person on the defensive, and then they go into attack mode. The iMessages week was very interesting to me because it really just sets the tone of this is how this made me feel. I feel this way because this happened, or I feel this way. Instead of attacking, it's more of a personal thing of this is the way this made me feel. So that's something that I've really tried to apply since we went through that and want to continue applying. The last one that I think is very important in conflict and in life in general, in relationships, is listening. We did a whole week on how to more effectively listen. And one quote that I put in my paper, and it also just sticks out to me, is Stephen Covey's quote in 7 Habits of a Highly Effective People, is most people don't listen to understand, they listen to respond. That is especially true in conflict. When you hear somebody talk and you're in conflict with that person, are you really trying to understand what they're saying? Or are you listening to respond to try to get the upper hand? And I think that that's something that I have struggled with and really want to apply that lesson to my life of fully listening and hearing where the other person is coming from and trying to fully understand their position to work on collaborating the conflict. Not compromise, not any of the other things, but actually go into a full-fledged collaboration. That's something that's important to me, is to work to where both people are comfortable with the outcome, not compromise because somebody's still giving something. And if it's something major to them, maybe there's some resentment that still lies there. But I think in a full-on collaboration, you really work to find the problem and the solution and work past it. So this class has been very informative to me. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And thank you very much.